Hello everybody, let's get started. In my previous discussions, we saw how Spring and Spring Boot are different and what are the problems Spring has and how does Spring Boot resolve those issues, addresses those issues, and what are the starter projects Spring Boot has. If you can go to Google and search starter projects Spring Boot, you will get a list of starter projects that Spring Boot has. So now today we will go ahead and set up the Spring Boot. So in order to set up the Spring Boot, you need Java 1.8 and Maven 3.0. This is a prerequisite I prefer, along with your favorite IDE, whatever IDE you use. I prefer Eclipse. You can use whatever you want, IntelliJ or Spring Toolsuit also. STS, if you go in Google and search STS Spring, you will get the Spring Toolsuit. Download the Spring Toolsuit and use it. More people, maximum of the people find it convenient to use the Spring Toolsuit, but I prefer to use the Eclipse. So if you go to Eclipse, before going to Eclipse, just go to your browser and type in Spring IO initializer. So this is a Spring IO start.spring.io URL where you can go ahead. This URL, what it does, it helps us to create an initializer project to bootstrap our application. So there are a lot of options over here: Maven project or Gradle project. You want to Java, Groovy, Kotlin, whatever you want, and the versions of the Spring Boot. So I have given my group ID is Banger and the name of the artifact Spring Boot, and you can go ahead and search for dependencies. You can use security, you can use web. So I have added web as of now because for basic start I would only need the web part. So if you go ahead and do a generate project, click over here, it will generate the project and download it. So I have downloaded over here. Extract the downloaded project over here and do a import in Eclipse. Go to Eclipse, right, go to file and do an import of Maven projects, existing Maven projects. Just paste down the path of the project. I have pasted the part of the project and do a browse. It will tell you and just import the project. So once you have imported, the project would look something like this. I have done it before just to save some time. So this is the thing that will look like the first view. You will not have a hello controller, so go ahead and create a controller of yourself. In this controller, what I am doing, I am just hitting a base URL and I am printing a hello world message. So this message comes from the property files. So this is my property file where I have mentioned the hello and welcome to message. Here you can mention the server.port. I have commented it out as of now because Spring uses a default 8080 port. So go to command line. I prefer going to command line, or you can go here and right click and do as run as Java application. So this will start your Spring Boot. So you can see over there the Spring name came in. It all uses this. There is a pop-up that comes, do allow access. So your Spring Boot is started and you can see over here the default port is 8080. So go to your browser and localhost 8080. You can see the hello comes in. So you are good to go with the Spring Basic Web project. The REST part, the REST project, you can use the REST controller over here. So this is the controller. I have used REST controller for my REST project. So there is something known as Spring Boot application. This annotation should be there in order to mention that your project is a Spring Boot application. The main class where the Spring Boot application starts from. This is the place where Spring Boot starts from. So this is how it is. So if you want to change the port number, you go ahead and change in the property file server.port. It will override that and uses your port, whatever you have mentioned. Just stop it. Just keep in mind that you need to stop it first and then go ahead and run it, build and run again. So you can build from here as well. Right click, run as, Maven build, give the goals, claim, install, apply, run it. Sorry, I have not closed it, I think. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and build it. So it's building. I have to set the Java path. I think I haven't set the Java path and the version. So I will go to command line and do it because it will take time. I just want to save some time to do this. Just a second. Go to src, here, right click, remove and clean install. Sorry, not right click, it's command line. Once you have done move and clean install, just the project starts building, and then you do a Maven Spring Boot run. So this will run your Spring Boot project. So it creates a jar in the target folder. If you go, you can see a jar in the target folder. So this is the jar. You can directly start this jar as well if you do not want to run the command. So I will run it using a command. I love to do it in command prompt. It's a bit old fashioned, but still like it. So you can see my boot is started, and you can go ahead and see in the below the port number is changed to 9000, right? So if I go and type 9000, it will still work like this. Okay, so friends, I have told you how to do a basic setup for a REST project. So I will go ahead and tell you how you can deploy your app to the Heroku, and in my next tutorial. Sorry, I always mix match series and tutorials. Okay, so thanks for watching. Do not forget to subscribe. Please go ahead and subscribe my channel. Thanks a lot.